Hi everyone, it's Maisie at the Confident Stitch. I'm here to show you some of the new quilting cottons we've just received in the store. As you know, shipping's been a little wonky lately everywhere all over the world. And so we're getting a lot of new fabric that we ordered months and months ago. And it's really exciting because we'll open a box and we'll be like, we don't even remember ordering this, but we're congratulating our past selves because we have excellent taste. So here I'm going to take you through all the new stuff we got in the store. Let's jump right in. To start, we have the A Winter Nap collection from Lewis and Irene. This collection is so dang cute. It's really fall. It's obviously very seasonal. So this first one is called Rainbow Leaves in Cream. And then I have this in a few different colorways. Then it's Rainbow Leaves in Tan. And also Rainbow Leaves in Brown. And it just does this really beautiful ombre, the full 44 inches of the fabric. Super fun because you could get a fat quarter and at any point that you cut it, it'll be a little bit different. So we're really excited about this as kind of a good blender fabric. The next fabric in this collection is called Peaceful Slumber in Green, and it is just too cute. There's little bears and little hedgehogs and foxes, and they're all just curled up using leaves as blankets. It's just so adorable. This is kind of as close as we get to kids fabric, really, and I think that this could make a really darling children's quilt. And then the second to last, we've got Sleepy Friends in Brown, some more of the same, except there's mice sleeping too. Oh gosh, I can't get enough of it. The squirrels. And then lastly, we have Sleepy Friends Winter Nap. It's a double border. So obviously this is only half of it. Here, I'll turn it a little bit so you can get a better look. But you've got this really fun border, more of the same that you see everywhere else. And then as it comes up into the middle, it's leaves. And then on the opposite side of the fabric, you get a repeat of this border. So that's super fun. The patterns I'm suggesting for it is this Alley Owl quilt pattern by Elizabeth Hartman. One of our members of the Modern Quilt Guild, her name is Francine, is actually making a sample of this quilt using this collection, and she's used this double border as the background, and I just can't wait to see how it turns out. I think it's going to be darling. The other good option, I think, would be this Mini Pumpkins quilt from So Kind of Wonderful. Again, there's like enough blank space back here that you could really make use of the double border. Okay. So next, since the holidays are closer than we think, I'm going to show you this holiday collection from Cotton and Steel called Holiday Classics. We don't always get holiday fabrics because they're kind of hard to move if you get past the season. You just have to store them until Christmas becomes relevant again. But this collection is so cute that we just thought we have to show this to everybody. So this first one, I'm going to show you some just kind of basic blenders first. This is Starry Night in metallic red. And then there's Starry Night in evergreen. It's a really dark green, almost looks sort of black, but when it's in contrast to the red, you can really tell. And then this is Starry Night in metallic mint. Has some silver metallic on there instead of gold, which I really like. Next is Fir Trees in metallic silver. This is just really fun because they made the snow metallic, and I think that's just like a really clever use of metallics. Sometimes they can be overwhelming, but this is just really perfect. And then next is Fir Trees in metallic, or just red, sorry. There's no metallics on this, so that's actually a good contrast. Next is Partridge in metallic berry. This is undeniable. Little trees. We've got bells and mistletoe and just really Christmassy colors. So if that's kind of what you're looking for, this is the fabric for you. And then another fabric that complements this really well is the mistletoe in evergreen. This is kind of classic Rifle Paper Company. They have all these really beautiful florals and colors, and I think you can see how this harkens to their other collections. And then lastly is Holiday Village in mint. And just super cute. Little ski lifts, houses, cars, reindeer. So you could put this whole thing, this whole collection together and make such a fun Christmas quilt. I'm kind of thinking that this Inkling quilt would be really great. Or the Studio 180 has a quilt called Star Shadows quilt pattern. And I think that kind of the star theme is sort of a classic Christmas design, but this is a more modern collection, so you could really kind of blend those two mediums well with either that or this pattern. So hopefully that's got you thinking about Christmas a little bit. I know it's still a few months away. Next is the Hocus Pocus collection from Michael Miller. We are not carrying a ton of this collection because Halloween is just about on us, and it would be really hard to whip up something in the next 2 weeks. But we love these two fabrics. This is called Creepin' It Real in black, hilarious, and this is called Boo Moon in black, like blue moon. And both of them are glow in the dark, actually. I'm sorry I can't show you right now because we don't really have the setup for it, but it's classic glow in the dark, really fun. I think that you can make an awesome pillowcase out of these fabrics, or my coworker Elizabeth, she made a little block using the mini pumpkins pattern, and she used this Creepin' It Real as a background, and it just turned out so cute. And I think that you could make a really fun reusable candy bag for the little trick-or-treater in your life, you know, if you felt so inclined. So that would be fun. Okay, so now we're going to leave the holidays behind us and move on to the Pond Life collection from RJR. This was designed by Faye from Indico Designs, and we just kind of fell in love with this really intricate, it's almost deco, and we got it in 3 colorways actually. This is called In the Nest in Sun, and I don't know if you can see, but there's actually maybe herons kind of curled up in there in the pattern, and it's just really delicate and intricate, and I love it. So this is Sun, and then this one is Morning, kind of a gray, and then lastly I've got, if I can get my butterfingers around this, Evening, which is kind of this pale peachy pink, which is super nice. And so then the next 2 fabrics in the same collection are called Ducks in Forest and Ducks in Autumn. And just kind of a fun side note, Faye, the designer, is from Shropshire, England. And I just love that because I'm looking at these ducks and I think, yes, you are definitely from rural Shropshire. I don't know why, but I think that's so cute. So, yep, here's the forest version, and then the autumn version, kind of a burgundy. So really fun. The pattern I'm thinking is this May Chappelle Georgia's Dresden quilt, because I think that you could really make use of the In the Nest fabric in this smaller, I don't know what you call this here, but kind of more intricate design. And then we have these big squares for contrast where you could really show off the ducks and things like that. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking for this really cute collection. Next is from Art Gallery. It's called Bookish. This collection really spoke to me right away. I've always been kind of a bookworm, and I majored in English Lit in college. So yeah, as soon as I opened this, I was really relating to it a lot. This first fabric is called Passport in Cream, which is just cute if you think about books being like passports to other places. She's got all these fun little books, and then there's titles on there too, like Little Women and Hobbit, The Secret Garden, The Wizard of Oz. So that's kind of just a fun detail, and I think any book lover would really like to receive a quilt with some fabric like this in there. Next is Readers in Teal and Readers in Peach. I've been wearing glasses since I was in 3rd grade. I am very blind, and so there's a soft place in my heart for this cute fabric for sure. Next is Page Turner in Cream. So this is just like a bunch of books overlaying on one another. I'll lift it up a little bit so you can maybe see it kind of better. A really fun blender, nice background, but super interesting at the same time. I love that in a collection. And then next is Open Book in Rose. This is another fun blender. It's kind of almost an optical illusion, the way she's sort of built these books and kind of this geometry here. So still in theme, but kind of a nice background fabric too. And then next is Mark My Words in multi, which is, of course, bookmarks. Mark My Words. Isn't that cute? I'm a sucker for a good pun. So that's super fun. And then next is Romance Novel in cream. Just some beautiful florals, but also it's going to be hard to see for you a little bit, but there's a really subtle script that's happening kind of in the background of this fabric. And that's just like a kind of a sweet detail, I think, that really helps tie this collection together. And then lastly, I have Wildest Dreams in multi. Just beautiful pink books. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So the quilt I'm suggesting, Art Gallery actually has a pattern called Heartfelt Quilt. It was designed for this collection, and it's a free pattern that you can download. Really pretty. Makes use of the entire collection. And we are actually carrying most of this collection, which is a little unusual for us because we don't have a ton of space, but we felt like we needed to get them all. And so another good option, I think, would be this May Chappelle all squared up quilt. It's kind of similar to the Heartfelt one, but sort of in a smaller version. But I kind of like the geometry, I think, imitates the books that you see in the collection itself. So that could be fun. It might have to be the next thing on my list. Okay, so now we're going to take a little bit of a left turn and go on to the Heirloom collection from Ruby Star Society. This collection was designed by Alexa Abeg. You've probably seen her stuff before. She's done a lot for Ruby Star. And it's essentially just kind of a gorgeous collection of basics. I mean, she's got these really fun, intricate block prints. And this first one is called Garden Rose in Earth, and I'm going to lift it up a little bit so you can see, but she's got like flowers, and everything you see here is kind of going to be a theme that repeats in the rest of the collection. So she's got some cactus in there and just little rose, and it's almost Southwestern to me. I feel kind of like it makes me think of Arizona and Nevada and stuff like that. So this is the Earth version, and then this is the Bluebell version. Really nice. And so then I'm going to kind of just take you through by fat quarter so you can sort of see them all lined up together. This next one is called Shining Star in Earth. And then we have Shining Star in Red, Seed Rose in Lilac. Again, you can see kind of the themes that are repeating throughout this other fabric. Seed Rose in Persimmon, Rain in Metallic Natural. And this has a little bit of copper metallic in it. And then Rain in Blue. And Handkerchief in Melon. And so we again, this is another one we got a lot of because we kind of couldn't bear to break up the set. They all just look so nice together. And then to supplement this collection, so she has another collection called Warp and Weft Heirloom. And it's primarily canvas and poplins for clothes making, but you can totally use these fabrics to quilt as well. And so this fabric is called Stripe in Lavender. I love this one, just really beautiful. It would be fun to wear, fun to sleep under, whatever you want. And then I have Woven Canvas, Plaid Satin Saddle. This is really pretty. You can kind of, I think that you could totally imagine a shirt made out of this. And then last, I have Broad Stripe in Sky. So again, super pretty. And yeah, I think that all of these together, it's one of those things where sometimes it's really fun to break up a collection and mix and match with fabrics outside of it to see what you can create. But this to me is just so rich and bold on its own that you could kind of work with what you've got right here. And I think that a great choice for a pattern would be the Homestead Star quilt, designed by Lindley of Plains and Pine. She's actually a Montana native. She's from Bozeman. She kind of just started up, and this pattern is kind of an homage to her grandparents who first homesteaded here. So it's a little bit perfect. But also Ruby Star, I believe, let me check really quick. They have a pattern called the Tailor Quilt. It's designed by Moda to go with this collection, and kind of a different take, but I like it as well. We don't have, as I was looking at it, I was thinking, we don't have a ton of square patterns, so that's kind of nice to see how that would pan out too. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the Under the Apple Tree collection from Cotton and Steel. This is brand new. We just got it this week, and we're in love. So this first fabric is called Very Berry in Pink. This collection was designed by Lois van Oosten. She's from the Netherlands, and she's designed some other collection. Block printing is her thing. She did something called On a Spring Day, and it had swans in it, which you probably remember. Super beautiful. So kind of more of the same there. We love her work. So like I said, this is Very Berry in Pink. This is Very Berry in Blue. Darling blueberries. And then we have Strawberry Fields in Blue, Strawberry Fields in Pink, and Strawberry Fields in Navy. And I think in the strawberries, that block printing technique is really apparent. There are more fabrics in this collection that we're not currently carrying, but she's also got like some cherry prints and some pears, and those are equally cute and just so bold and rich. I love how this collection comes together, so I encourage you to check those out too. What I'm suggesting for a pattern is actually the Hot Stuff oven mitt pattern, because I think that that would be the cutest thing in the world. And this collection kind of has what I'm calling a bonus fabric. There's this canvas. It's the Very Berry version as well. And I think that it would make the best Maven, oops, sorry, upside down. Maria apron. You've probably seen, we made this out of something else. And a different canvas, and it turned out just great. And so I think that an oven mitt and an apron out of this canvas and this fabric would, you can picture it. It's the best thing ever. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking there. Okay. So now moving on to some Charley Harper Birch fabrics. So Birch is a company, they sell primarily garment fabrics is what we get from them, but they do quilting cotton as well. And they've recently started putting Charley Harper's designs on their fabric. Charley Harper was an American artist who he kind of made these geometric animal prints. He worked a lot with the National Park Service, and so Birch has started putting his designs on fabric, and they're amazing. I think that his designs were kind of born for fabric, in my opinion. So this first one is called Moth Flight Poplin in Navy. You can use it to make clothes because it's got a little softer hand than ordinary quilting cotton, but you can easily quilt with it as well. So just these really beautiful Luna moths. And then next is Flying Frog Poplin in green. Just so fun. He had such an interesting way of showing off animals. Like the geometry is just kind of arresting. So I love that. And then kind of my favorite one is called Deerfield Poplin in blue. Look at those little deer butts. So cute. So for this, you could totally make clothes. Like I said, baby clothes I think would be perfect. But also I'm suggesting the Elizabeth Hartman thistle quilt, because I think there's some fun opportunity for fussy cutting with these fabrics. So you can kind of get meta about it and do something like this from Elizabeth Hartman, or Violet Craft also has a lot of fun paper pieced animals and stuff like that. And so to see animals within that would be kind of a fun touch, I think. Okay, next, we're gonna move on to Anna Marie Horner. We have 2 collections left. Okay, so this collection is called With Love AM. So Anna Maria she designs for Free Spirit Fabrics, and she, like Kay Fassett and Tula Pink, has like this excellent way of combining color in really unexpected ways. And you'll be able to tell that because we got 4 fabrics with the same pattern and different colorways, because each one of them was just so awesome. So this first one is called Colorful Coneflowers in Amethyst. She's got like teals and purples and dark grays. So nice. And then same pattern, but this one is called colorful coneflower in autumn. Now she's got some like kind of lime greens and corals, pinks, equally beautiful. And then colorful coneflower in haute, like haute couture, pink, kind of this mustard, again, a really original combination. And then coneflower in dim. So as you can see, she just kind of managed to pull so much from the same design, and I love each one as much as I love the next one, and it's kind of fun to see them all sort of lined up together like that. So anyway, that would be super fun. And then this last one is called Glisten in Night. Completely different, obviously, but still that same kind of rich color combination, and everything you saw in the last four has kind of been pulled into this fabric. We had a gal come in the other day and she had made a quilted jacket using some of the fabrics from this collection, and it was stunning. I wish I had a picture to show you because I was awestruck. I think that Free Spirit is actually kind of doing a quilted jacket competition in the next few months, so be on the lookout for that because they want you to use their fabrics in this collection. It's just a great choice. I think that pattern-wise, you could make a good inkling quilt like I had showed you before, but I've unfortunately, oh, there it is. I misplaced my pattern. Again, I think that this is big enough that you could really show off all the coneflowers and kind of their various colors. Or I think it'd be really great to mix and match her fabrics with Kaffe fabrics and see what you could do to make a quilt, because he's kind of a master at mixing and matching patterns. And in fact, there is a pattern designed for this collection also called With Love. I think that Rachel has a picture of it. Perhaps not. Oh, ta-da, yes. So you can see that is very Kaffe-like to me. Everything has kind of just like, it bleeds out into the next fabric. You almost can't tell where the next one begins, and it's just perfect. And so it reminds me of Kaffe a lot, and I think you could do a lot of mixing and matching with his fabrics. Okay, one more, you guys. This one is kind of my favorite. It's by one of my favorite designers. Her name is Boccaccini Meadows. She designs for Figo, and she has this really unique, almost watercolor style that I don't know why, but every time I think, oh, I love that, and then I find out who the designer is, and I think, well, there's no surprise there. But also the subject matter of this collection, maybe it just hits close to home because I'm a Montanan at heart. But anyway, let's get into it. This one is called Chickens in White. Ah, chickens! I didn't know it before this moment, but chickens should always be on fabric. So cute. And so then, of course, there's chickens in black. I like this one a little better because you can see the flowers throughout really well and kind of this blue and red dotted everywhere. Really nice. And then we have a couple of basics that we couldn't resist getting because they're so useful. Obviously, they work great with this collection, but it'd be so great to have this in your stash. This one is called Windy Plains in Cream. It has just sort of this really subtle lines on it. And then this is Windy Plains in Orange. Oops, sorry, I'm having trouble gripping it. Windy Plains in Pink. And then this next one is called Rocks in Multi. Pretty self-explanatory. In this fabric in particular, I think you can remember her work. She had a collection called After the Rain that had mushrooms and trees and things like that, and that really reminds me of this. She had like kind of a riverbed one that also had some rock themes, so this is really her signature to me. Next, some more basics. This is Western Star in Red. Just kind of a subtle design, but really good blender. And then this is Western Star in Maroon. And Western Star in Charcoal. This one's fun. You can kind of see the watercolor effects really well in the shape she's got here. So that's fun. And then we have Boots in Dust. Like chickens, boots belong on fabric. That's what I've discovered from this fabric. So cute, so fun. And then this really interesting fabric called Stripes in Sand. Again, there's that watercolor quality. It's kind of really natural feel to this fabric, so I love that. And then we have Desert Flora in Cream, some cacti, and Prairie Life in Cream. This one's really fun. We have a lot of ghost towns in Montana, and there's a place called Virginia City, and this makes me think of Virginia City a lot with the covered wagons and the hotel. There's even a jail. So funny. The pattern, so actually Figo has several patterns, free patterns that you can download that go with this collection. I went through and I picked two of my favorite. The first one is Tropic. Kind of just a really fun use of the color in this collection because it's sort of all monochrome in a way, but they really brought out the ombre, which I like a lot. And then, of course, chickens, which, like I say, chickens belong on fabric and they belong in quilt form too. It's so cute. And then I am also going to recommend the Homestead Star I showed you before. And she also has another pattern. Let's see if I can find it. I may have misplaced it, but same collection or same designer, and it's called Big Sky Star. It's really just this, but kind of more elaborate. And so again, kind of perfect subject matter for this designer. Whew. Okay, you guys, I think I've done all the damage I can do. Hopefully I've inspired you a little bit with all these different fabrics. I certainly felt inspired while I was writing about them and looking at all of them. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, I hope you will. All the links for these collections can be found in the description, so you can go back and look at them anytime. And I also want to let you know that on Wednesday, we have a live stream happening. Kate is going to show you how to make the Merchant and Mills rugby dress. Halloween's just around the corner, and we really love the idea of garments that can double as Halloween pieces, clothes that you really like to wear, but then you can pull out of your closet and make a great Halloween costume. And so you'll have to guess and see which spooky character you think would look great in the rugby dress, but you'll find out on Wednesday. The link is already up, so you can bookmark it and get ready to see it. You can set yourself a reminder. So anyway, I hope you're having a great October and that this fabric has inspired you and you're doing a lot of sewing. That's what the cold weather is great for. And I'll see you soon. Thanks so much.